episode 4 of Press On Podcast. Wrapping up Feast Week. Best time of the year has come to a close, but still got some great games out of it, and a new top 25 has dropped. New top 25, obviously Purdue head of the snake, and then followed by Arizona, Michigan, and Duke as the top 4 teams. So those would be the 1 seeds right now.
Mm-hmm.
I think I agree with all those pretty much right off the bat. I think Michigan has definitely earned it. Arizona obviously earned it, and then Purdue staying at the top, I think makes a lot of sense. Probably got the best roster in college hoops, and then Duke right under them.
Yeah, I was honestly surprised Michigan's not number 1, and I'm a big Purdue guy. Just what Michigan did, we'll hit on it a little bit later, but what they did, they won their games by 40, 40, and 30 during the Players era. Mm-hmm. That is something you never see. I know they gave Mark Few the worst loss in his reign, and he's been there forever. Yeah. I think Michigan deserves that top spot. I really do, and I think Purdue is the best team in the nation. But if you're going off AP poll right now, like a power ranking kind of style, Michigan's the best team right now.
I think they have the best front court maybe ever. I mean, with Yaks, Morez Johnson, and A.D. Morrow, I mean, that is an unbelievable – and they all played great against Gonzaga, who's got Graham Ike and Braden Huff. This Michigan team can go so far. And they can platoon squad. I mean, they basically got a whole 9-man rotation.
They had 10 players and that scored and 5 players in double digits.
Mm-hmm. They got so many guys that can score. Michigan, I mean, I think I could argue that they could be number 1. Obviously, with Purdue, I mean, they beat Texas Tech by 30, but obviously struggled against Memphis too. Mm-hmm. So I don't know how really great Purdue is. I don't know how good Texas Tech is either, though. We'll kind of hit on them later too. But
yeah, they're struggling. They're struggling big time.
Arizona too makes sense. I mean, they got 3 top 15 wins already.
Yeah,
makes a lot of sense. Tommy Lloyd has got these boys right. Got these boys rolling.
Yeah, Dusty May too. I mean, Dusty May has gone into Michigan and all he's done is win. He's proved that he can build rosters like last year with Danny Wolf and you know, Vlad Golden, and now he's rebuild that roster with another loaded front court. What's his name? Dusty May. Sorry, Dusty May is going to be there for a long time, and he's going to keep building that Michigan roster into that blue blood conversation. He's just going to keep building and keep building. Michigan's going to be around for a long time.
Yeah, especially with that $2 million in NIL he just got from the Players era. So hey, rich get richer.
Rich get richer.
Michigan, they're going to be unbelievable. But they got some ranked games coming up for sure. Obviously in Big Ten play, it's going to be a question for them. But I think they should handle it. Duke rolls over, kind of. Got a big game against Florida coming up.
Yeah, I feel like we're looking over Duke just because they're so consistently good. Yeah. It's kind of boring to like just talk about Duke because they keep winning good games. Mm-hmm. They're doing it with Cam Boozer. They're doing it with Isaiah Evans. And, you know, they're just a good team. It's boring to talk about, but they should not be forgotten. I know they're not with fourth in the nation, but let's not sleep on Duke.
No, definitely don't sleep on Duke. And then followed right behind them is UConn at 5. Makes sense.
UConn's still my favorite to win the national championship.
Yeah, I mean, they're still the standard, I think.
Yeah, they lost to Arizona. They didn't have Tara Street. They didn't have Braylon Mullins back. They're healthy now. We saw what they did to Illinois, holding those 61 points in the Garden. Yeah. UConn's back. This top 5 is loaded, and we're not even into, like, the Michigan State Louisville.
No. And, I mean, they're going to run Big East play. We know that. So, I mean, there's no doubt that.
Let's talk about the Big East for a second. That conference is trash.
Yeah, that conference is bad. I mean, we were thinking maybe this could get, like, 7-ish tournament teams. I don't think it's half that anymore.
I mean, Marquette is horrible. Georgetown just dropped 2 straight against decent teams,
but still lost by double digits in both games.
Villanova, they're losing or they're winning close games against inferior competition. I know they look good against BYU. That's kind of what they're grasping onto right now,
which is still lost at the end of the day.
And St. John's looked really bad.
St. John's doesn't look great.
They beat a bad Baylor team, and that was it.
I mean, how many teams do we realistically think are going to make the tournament in the Big East?
2, maximum 3. Creighton looks horrible. Creighton's a dumpster fire right now. So we're banking on Creighton or Georgetown to pick up some steam, or Villanova.
I mean, that's the max is 5.
Max is 5, and that's if everything goes right.
That's if everything goes right with Villanova, Creighton, and Georgetown.
Yeah.
So obviously you have 2 probably locks in UConn and St. John's, but the rest is I don't know.
I think Creighton will figure it out eventually. Once you play the bad teams in the Big East, your record will look good, and they'll sneak them in just because Greg McDermott does what he does, but I think Marquette's completely out of the mix. I think Georgetown has the roster to rebuild and recoup, but they beat like a bad Maryland team, and they beat Clemson, which is a good win, but they also lost some this week. I think if there's a team to make it, it would be Georgetown.
Yeah, for sure. Rounding up our top 10, we got Louisville at 6, Michigan State 7, Houston 8, BYU 9, and Iowa State jumping into 10.
Yeah, I'm super surprised. I know Houston hasn't looked great, but we're just going to take them from number 2 all the way to where they go to 8. Yeah, that seems a little steep. I know they did lose to Tennessee, and I'm totally fine with having Tennessee above them. But Houston just doesn't seem like a 8th team in the nation.
Houston doesn't seem like an 8th team, but they are kind of playing like it.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I mean, I get it, but their roster's stacked. I mean, I don't think there's. I think they win the Big 12 still. I think they're probably the best team.
Yeah.
Maybe Arizona can give them a run for their money at the end of the
Big
day.
12 is stacked,
But,
man.
Oh yeah, it's definitely stacked, and then right behind them is BYU, so
Yeah.
I could see it. But I still think Houston's probably the best team in the Big 12. I mean, they're still my favorite to win.
Yeah.
They're in my Final Four, so
You like them to win it all?
At this point, I don't know.
Yeah.
At this point, I don't know.
I think it's still a safe bet. You know, we're seeing the growing pains. They finally recruited freshmen.
Yeah.
And so, you know, last year I mentioned they lost to SDSU in the Players Era. That eliminated them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this year they lose to Tennessee, who's a better team than SDSU. I think with the 3 freshmen that have Kingston Flemings and St. Ack, and, you know, they got some guys off the bench that are freshmen. I think they're going through growing pains. That is natural. I think they're not the defensive team that we've seen in the past years, but once Big 12 play rolls around, they're going to be the team that we've always been used to.
Especially when you have to rely on this freshman. I mean, I mean, with Kelvin Sampson, he's never played freshman ever.
Yep.
And he's got plenty of guys that
much less relied on him, like you said.
He's got a lot of guys that can score returning, like Miles Uzan, like Emmanuel Sharp, and now Kingston Fleming in the mix. Now he's got to adjust to that. He's okay, I got multiple guys that can score. He used to just be the one guy, like Jamal Shedd or LJ Cryer. Now he's got multiple guys that he can rely on to score. Yeah. So maybe it's just getting back on the defensive end, kind of establishing that Houston kind of ball brand that he likes to play. I mean, I still think this is probably the best defensive team in the country. They're probably going to finish 1 in Ken Palm at the end of the year. So I don't think there's any way Houston doesn't get back. But I kind of want to hit on Michigan State, who's got probably the resume up there with Arizona as probably one of the best resumes in the country. They beat Kentucky, beat UNC. Michigan State looks scary.
They do look scary. They got a big game this week, and I think Michigan State. I think they should definitely be ahead of Louisville. And that's no hate on Louisville. I just think that Michigan State, like you said, has beaten better teams on neutral floor. But they beat UK at a neutral floor rather than Louisville beat UK at home in a closer game. Louisville's played Cincinnati. That's a good win. Probably a quad 1 win. Michigan has more overall wins. I'd like to see them bump up in the rankings. This is going to be a good one against Iowa. We'll hit on that later that they have on Tuesday, and I think they have Duke on Saturday if I'm not mistaken. But so we'll really see how good they are this week. But I like to see Duke in that top 6, top 5 range.
Yeah, same with Louisville. They got Wednesday. They play Arkansas in the SEC ACC Challenge. Which
that's gonna be a good one at Arkansas.
Yeah. Obviously, Calipari Louisville rivalry still continues.
Calipari owned Louisville while he was at Kentucky, 13-3 record. But we'll see. It's a new regime now at Arkansas, and we'll just see how that plays out.
And a new regime at Louisville, so we'll kind of see how those collide.
Very true.
Those collide. It'll be a good game. I think Louisville's just going to bring their offense, of course. I mean, their guards can score at will. They probably have the best backcourt in the country. So, I mean, I think Louisville do they deserve to be 6? Maybe it's a little high, but I could definitely.
It's a little premature after that. We're still riding that high off the Kentucky win. I think they're definitely a top 10 team in the country, but there's teams that have better resumes, and if all we can go off now is resumes, I'd like to see some other teams jump them for sure.
For sure, but yeah, kind of rounding out top 25, 11 Gonzaga makes sense. I mean.
They lost to Michigan by 40, but they also beat Alabama by 10, who Alabama's proved that they're good, and so can't fault them for that. It's also third game in 3 days.
7-1. I mean, they're still gonna be great. I mean,
they're gonna roll Kentucky this week. So.
Oh yeah, they are gonna roll Kentucky on Friday and in Nashville, but it doesn't really matter. Kentucky. We'll get into that a little bit later.
Terrible.
But yeah, and then Alabama at 12, Tennessee at 13, 2 back-to-back SEC teams.
Tennessee should be top 10.
Tennessee, I agree. The huge one against
They do this every year. We were talking about this off air. They do this every year. Tennessee, they start at number 20 or number 15. Yeah. They have a loaded – this is the best roster they've had, and arguably the last 5 years with Rick Barnes. Rick Barnes just wins. He does. That's what he does. Yeah. I know they lost to Kansas, but they also – they beat Houston, who's proven that they're – national title contenders. Tennessee's a top 10 team, and it's just a matter of time for people to start realizing it at the beginning of the season, so we don't have to keep bumping them up in the ranks every year.
Yeah, I mean, Tennessee does this every single year. Rick Barnes will start off at like 20th in the country and then work his way up to sometimes even number 1 in the country.
I think the last 2 years he's gotten up to
like that. The last 3 years it's been like that. Stop doubting Tennessee, especially in the regular season. In the tournament, maybe I a little bit understand how.
But they're still getting to Elite 8, Sweet 16s. Yeah. Like other blue bloods can't say that. Yeah. I know they're not Final Four worthy, and I don't like them this year to go to the Final Four. I think they have two scorers, and that's it, which is not what you need. You need some bench depth. They have J.P. Estrella, who's really stepped up, but I think that's enough. But let's stop doubting Tennessee, especially in the regular season, like you said.
Cannot doubt Tennessee anymore, and I think they're proving that. Still too low, in my opinion.
13 is crazy. After beating Houston, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. We like the way that Tennessee played. They out Houston, And, I mean, their defense was on point, and Jacoby Gillespie didn't even have that great of a game. 22 points on bad splits, and they still found a way.
Yeah, still found a way. And Nate Ament, shot 1 for 8 against Houston and still found a way to win.
Still found a way.
Crazy.
Your two best players are shooting under 40% from field goal. Yeah. That's not great.
Shout out Jalen Carey for carrying
them. Jalen Carey. Yeah. Carrying them. Come on.
Yeah. All right, and then right under those two SEC teams, you jump into number 14, Illinois.
Yeah, Illinois
has struggled recently. They've
really taken a step down. Davin Mirkovic has looked like the National Player of the Year contender, one of our favorite players. He was Nikola Jokic, now he's Yusuf Nurkic, like we said, and he's not great right now. The Andrei Stojakovic, he's not getting to his spots like he was earlier. They're putting their best defender on him. It's been the lone American starter, Kylan Boswell, who's being that veteran point guard leader who's really stepped up, and it's not been enough, but he's been good.
Yeah, he's really what they needed, but Illinois obviously dropping 2 games.
Yeah.
Not great right now, but they're going to be battle testing the Big Ten. Battle tested on Saturday when they play Tennessee, so
that's Saturday?
Big opportunity.
Jeez.
Yeah. Big opportunity for Illinois.
This week is loaded. This week's almost better than last week in games, which is crazy to say.
Yeah. Especially with the challenge and then 2 games in Nashville. It's going to be great.
Oh, that's right. That's in Bridgestone. Yeah, we might have to go to that.
Yeah, we might have to. And then running out, we got 15th Florida.
Lost to TCU this week.
I don't think they dropped low enough.
No, 15th? I think they're still riding off that national championship high. Yeah. The AP poll is. You know how fraudulent the AP poll voters are anyway, so we can trust ourselves more than the AP. I think they need a drop. Teams like Vanderbilt, who's undefeated, just won the Battle for Atlantis, should be above them.
Yeah.
Arguably Indiana should be above them, in my opinion. Auburn, too. They prove that they're good. Florida, they're good. They will be good. Right now, they're barely beating Providence.
They're shaky.
Losing to TCU, who lost to New Orleans, but they have looked better against Michigan. I don't know.
Yeah, the backcourt of Xavier Lee and Boogie Fland is just not mixing. It's not. I know he kind of had a breakthrough game a little bit, Xavier Lee against Providence, but
but against
still
Providence
doesn't look good.
No.
Still doesn't look good. I'm scared for Florida a little bit.
Oh yeah,
sure.
Yeah.
Especially in a loaded SEC.
Yeah, semi-loaded.
Semi-loaded.
It's a half clip for sure.
But yeah, moving in. We got the rest of the rounding out top 25. We got North Carolina at 16, Vandy 17, Kentucky 18, Texas Tech 19, Auburn 20, Kansas 21, Indiana 22, St. John's 23, USC 24, and Arkansas 25.
Yeah, I don't really have a problem with that. I like those teams. I think Arkansas maybe is a little too low. I think Indiana should be higher. I like them. I think they're beating good teams by a lot. Beat Kansas State by 20 at home. They're beating Marquette at neutral floors by 20 plus. I like Indiana rest of the season to be really good. Mm-hmm. USC is not a top 25 team. I'm sorry. I know they beat Seton Hall, who is decent. USC also took Troy to triple overtime. I remember watching that game. I was like, man, this team is old. And, Troy just came off an SDSU win, but they've also struggled earlier in the season. I think USC is overrated. I'm sorry. They should not be in the top 25.
One team is too high, one team too low?
Too high? Florida's too high right now at 15. I'm not a big Florida guy right now, and too low. I think I'm gonna go Gonzaga because at 11 I think is kind of crazy. I think that they've had some really good wins. They've beaten Creighton by 40. They had 2 wins in the Players era, and they lose to who they lose to? Michigan by 40. I know that's a bad loss, but I think 11's crazy. I think the third game and third day should not punish them that much.
Yeah. My too high team, I think North Carolina's a little too high. I know they're 6-1, but a bad loss to Michigan State. I think they got. It's Caleb Wilson show, and there's not really anything else there, especially with Seth Trimble out. I don't really love North Carolina. I think they play Kentucky, which will really show them where they are. They haven't really been challenged that much other than Michigan State, and they beat Kansas in the beginning of the year. But I don't know. I don't really like North Carolina. I think they're a little too high. It's the Caleb Wilson show, and then what? So I think
we'll
for Kentucky, this has got to be a must-win game, though.
Yeah.
Which we'll kind of hit on earlier. And then I think too low is Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt's 8-0, won the Battle of Atlantis. They're a sleeper team, man.
I love this team, man.
Stop sleeping on Vandy, man.
Our WK Hilltoppers were so close to beating him. They put up a good fight in the Battle for Atlantis. But Vandy, they didn't look great until the championship when they beat St. Mary's by 25. St. Mary's, they put up 96 on St. Mary's. I can't remember the last time a St. Mary's team has allowed that much. Mm-hmm. Historically great defense. Bunch of guys that can sit down on defense. Vanderbilt is legit. I'm excited to see them going to SEC play. They play SMU on Wednesday this week. It's the underrated challenge, but we'll see. Yeah. Tyler Tanner's him. Duke Miles is him. Devin McLaughlin's good. Tyler Nichols good.
Tyler Nichols good. They just got so many guys.
Mark Byington might not be in Nashville next year. If a blue blood coach gets fired, Mark Byington, welcome.
Hey, I'm all down for it. Hope he doesn't actually though, because I kind of enjoy Vanderbilt basketball.
I'm enjoying Vanderbilt sports in general.
Oh yeah, football team
beating Tennessee.
Playoffs, maybe.
I hope so.
I hope so.
How could you hate Vandy? They've been bad for so long.
10-2 SEC. You gotta let them in, right?
You got to. That Texas loss gonna hurt though.
Oh, for sure. But yeah, and then kind of question: do you think the Big Ten wins a national championship this year? It haven't happened since 2000, so it's been 25-year drought.
Yeah.
But you got teams like Purdue, you got teams like Michigan, you got teams like Michigan State. Can they get it done this year?
If there was a year, it'd be this year. I'm so like last year they had a down year. I'm so confident that they will have at least one Final Four team with any of those three teams. We also have Illinois, Wisconsin's good. The teams like that, I mean,
Indiana's good.
Indiana's great. Like I said earlier, with DeVries back in there, the DeVries father-son duo is elite. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't bank on it, but if there is one, it'd be Purdue because of how that's a veteran team. Matt Painter's a veteran coach. He's been there. He's done that. Yeah. But I'm still going UConn.
Yeah.
But Purdue right now is the best team to me, and I think they have the best chance to win. But by that time comes, I like UConn to win it all, and I think Darren Hurley's going to get them right back to the top.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you there. I mean, I think in my preseason, I don't think I had a Big Ten team in my Final Four. I think I had BYU, Alabama, Houston, and UConn.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to go no as well. I mean, the teams are there, though. I mean, seeing Michigan and not having them in my Final Four now is crazy.
But do you think that they can win it? Do you think Michigan State, Michigan, Purdue?
Yes, definitely capable of winning. Michigan State, I don't know. That slow-paced offense, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd have to see a little bit. Michigan and Purdue 100% can. They have all the talent. I mean, they have the coaching. I don't see a world where they can't. I mean, they've proven it already, basically. I mean, Purdue on a little bit less scale because they haven't played as great as competition as Michigan, but Michigan has 100% proved it to me.
Yeah, I think this is, if there was a year to break it, the 25-year drought, it would be this year.
Yeah. All right, we'll go into game reviews over Feast Week. A lot of great week ahead and great week last week. Michigan got to start off there, winning the Players Era, winning that $2 million in NIL, and they won by 40.
Yeah. Like I mentioned earlier, worst loss for Gonzaga under Mark Few. They put up 61 points. This offense has proven to be elite. But Michigan was just too much to handle right from the jump.
Yeah, right from the jump. I mean, the trio, again, I'll hit on them. Merez Johnson, A.D. Mara, Yax Lindenberg.
Can't talk about them enough.
It's the best front court maybe ever. I mean, it is insane. The pick and roll with Elliot Cadeau and A.D. Mara now.
He had 13 assists, Elliot Cadeau.
It's looking ridiculous. Elliot Cadeau has transformed his whole game into just, I'm just going to be the point guard. I'm not going to score. I'm not going to do anything. I got plenty of guys that can do that. I'm just going to get the guys the ball that can score. And he's doing that at a great level. And then A.D. Mara, as soon as he gets in the low block, it's unfair. I mean, Graham Ike couldn't hold him. Who's going to stop this guy?
A.D. Mara, it looks.
I don't know.
He looks good. Like, he looks in shape. Like, last year, he was this skinny six-man for UCLA off the bench that was not great. Got kind of bullied by inferior Big Ten teams. Like, I remember watching an Ohio State game. He was getting bullied by people that aren't as good as him. And this year, he looked like Michigan has just transformed his body, transformed his game. Yeah. He's elite.
Yeah, speaking of that transforming game, Yax Lindenberg, I mean, he's a three-point sniper now.
No,
all of a sudden, I mean, he didn't attempt threes at UAB.
No, he was a center. He was a pure center.
And now he's a sniper. It's unbelievable. Whatever Dusty May did, I don't know what it was.
The player development there
they did is crazy.
The player development there needs to be studied. Merez Johnson also, like, they're stretching out ball screens and he is rolling and he's going to dunk in your head.
Yeah.
These are three guys that can dunk on you anytime. They could also have low post game and Yax is stretched. Yax is playing the three right now.
Yeah.
He played the center last year. This is insane. This Michigan team, the way they run, it could really hurt them, like we saw against TCU, and they struggled, but against Wake Forest as well when they took them to overtime. But the way that they can score at a high pace, and then now their defense is stepping up and held Gonzaga to 61.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I had worried about was their defense and turnovers, and they seem to figure those both out.
Yeah, maybe the turnovers will kind of catch up to them a little bit with their high pace that they play with, but, that's going to happen if you play at that high of a level. Yeah. So I 100% get it. But they beat their opponents by 110 in 3 games. And they beat good teams. SDSU is okay. They're middle of the pack.
Tournament team.
Yeah, probably a tournament team. Auburn, definitely a tournament team.
Definitely a tournament team.
SEC team.
Yep.
And then Gonzaga, who was arguably the hottest team in the country coming into the game.
Who I picked to win that game.
Yeah, I picked Michigan, but I was a coin flip. I mean, Vegas had it at, I think, at like a 0.5 line. Like, it was 0.5 Michigan, 0.5 Gonzaga the whole week. So it was a pick-em game, basically, and they won by 40.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable. Shout out Dusty May. 5 guys in double figures.
Yeah.
Michigan wins the Players Era. Get you a nice check.
Shout out, Gonzaga's gonna be just fine though. I think they'll have a bounce back week.
Yeah, Gonzaga's gonna be just fine.
I think that their roster's so old to not be good. This team is a bunch of men.
They're going to run Mountain or WCC play.
Oh, yeah.
100%. So
even with the good WCC this year, I think St. Mary's is kind of lax this year. They're good, but they're not as good. I think
teams
Gonzaga
like
rolls.
Santa Clara, they're good.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, Loyola Marymount's solid. I mean, Pepperdine's even not that bad this year, beating some decent teams. But, like, they beat some teams like New Orleans, which is crazy pool. But New Orleans is decent. It's crazy enough. They beat TCU, and now it looks like TCU, they're rolling teams. They beat Florida. And that just shows that the deepness of the Big 12 and the Big 10. I mean, the SEC and the ACC just can't compete right now.
Yeah, for sure. But, yeah, and then obviously Gonzaga got $500,000 in NIL. So, hey, you lost, but, hey, you still got a nice payday. So
yeah, and they don't have to share it with the football team. So, Gonzaga, teams like that, like the Big East and the WCC, like Gonzaga, UConn. Yeah. Or I guess UConn has a football team now, but I guess more St. John's. Like, they don't have to share it.
They don't give money to the football team. Come on.
I mean, they'd probably beat Kentucky in football. But,
probably.
But, teams like that don't have to share, and so they can just pour money into their basketball program. And we'll see those teams kind of probably take a step up in the years to come.
Yeah. And then the third place game, Kansas beats Tennessee. Tennessee riding that high kind of off Houston. Just kind of running out of gas. Kansas just kind of wanted it more. Obviously, still no Darren Peterson in Kansas. I mean, Kansas looks great without Darren Peterson.
They do. I was worried, like, when they played Duke, they didn't really have an offensive foundation. They were, Trey White stepped up. He was good, but it really fell off a cliff in the second half. Duke's defense caught up to him. But that doesn't seem to be the case. I wanted to see more from Melvin Council, and he had 2 huge games. I mean, I know they played Notre Dame and Syracuse. Not as good. And they got into the third place game, and I was like, we'll see how good they are. And they beat a great Tennessee team. Yeah,
Tennessee's great for sure, but kind of want to hit on freshman Nate Ament. I mean, we know how talented he is. He's great, but kind of struggled against Houston and Kansas. Went 1 for 8 against Houston, 5 for 15 against Kansas. He's got to be the second guy. He's got to be the second guy behind Jacoby Gillespie. If Tennessee wants to go far, it's going to have to be those two, and he can't shoot at this rate. But I know he's a freshman. He'll get used to it, but there's definitely some growing pains with him.
No doubt. And like you said, these two are going to have to find an efficient shooting rate. If it's shooting less shots and getting their teammates more involved, whatever it is, but you can't have your top 2 guys on bad nights shooting below 30%. Right. Because these guys can also shoot 100%. I mean, Jacoby Gillespie against Rutgers looked like the greatest thing since John Wall in college. I mean, but in this game, he's forcing shots, and he's taking the same shots he's taking as Rutgers, but they're not going in. And that's going to happen in March, and so who's going to be that 3rd, 4th guy to step up in the shooting role?
Yeah, we'll kind of see that for Tennessee. Might be like kind of a committee thing. Might be Jalen Carey off the bench. Might be Bishop Boswell.
I want to see a good backup shooter step in.
Might be a guy like JP Estrella coming off the bench. I don't really know.
Because their backup guys are like you said, JP Estrella, but they're all bigs.
Yeah, they're all.
Who's going to score?
Yeah. So maybe it's a Bishop Boswell. Maybe it's Amari Evans, who hasn't really played as a freshman. Maybe it could be him. I know Rick Barnes doesn't like to play freshmen, so it's kind of weird. Maybe it's a freshman thing because Nate Ament is a freshman.
Yeah. But you want to hear this stat against Kansas? Ament shot 15 times. Gillespie shot 19 times. That's 34 shots. The rest of the starting 5 combined shot 11 times.
That can't happen.
That's telling.
That can't happen. No. Yeah, that just can't happen. And probably a lot of that's putbacks or stuff like that. Like Felix Aparo or someone like that. So. And that just can't happen what are they they're just going to double team your 2 guys, and then it's like, okay. Yeah. Then what? Someone else got to shoot it. So they're making someone else beat you, and that kind of telling in that Kansas game. Yeah,
it was. And Kansas's defense is good. Bill Self, his philosophies on defense are obviously one of the best in the country. It's why he's had sustained success. Yeah. But Tennessee, they're going to be great. I like them to go deep in the tournament. It's just who's going to be that 3rd guy to score. Their bigs are obviously physical and good, but that's the only thing I'm worried about.
Yeah. Shout out Kansas. Shout out Trey White. Stepping up like crazy without Darren Peterson. Kansas, I mean,
I'm so impressed.
They're 21st in the AP poll, which kind of makes sense. They have two losses, but it might be a little underrated at this point without their best player. I mean, their best player's out.
Yeah, I think.
And they're still beating great teams.
Yeah, we'll see against UConn, who I think we'll talk about that later. I won't spoil that. We'll talk about it later.
Yeah, we'll talk about it later.
Yeah, shout out Kansas, shout out Tennessee, 2 great teams. I'm so impressed with Kansas. You can't hit on it enough. Without Peterson, who is the best freshman in the country, we can probably say that confidently. Yeah. And they just found a way to win. They did. They ride off the high against 2 inferior teams, and they go and beat Tennessee, and they take it to them. They were up all game, really. And so, shout out them. I think this was a great Players Era tournament. And
I think Kansas has been underrated all year from the start. I mean, they started off like barely ranked, and now they've kind of creeped up a little bit.
They beat Louisville in the preseason.
Their best player. So shout out Kansas for sure.
For sure, yeah.
All right, moving into our Thanksgiving Day games. We got Duke and Arkansas, and then MSU UNC. We'll start off with Duke. Duke beats Arkansas 80-71. Arkansas looked pretty good for a while there, but Duke kind of pulled it up. Cam Boozer at 35-9. He said after the game, they weren't doubling me. Probably should have if you wanted a chance to win this game. But
Cal and his defensive philosophies, they never fail to make me laugh.
You know. That's just how it is. But solid game for Duke. Get it done at Arkansas. So
yeah. I mean, this game was played at United Center, and it was pretty split.
Yeah.
Down the middle fan bases, both fan bases travel. Arkansas has that, blue-blooded in them, but Duke is the real blue blood. I think, like you said, Cam Boozer was just phenomenal.
Yeah.
In the second half, I think Arkansas took the lead by 1, but it was one of those games where Duke felt like they were going to win the whole time, and Cam Boozer just simply took over. Yeah. He threw a lob late in the second half that went in. That's how hot he was. He could throw up anything.
Yeah,
he could. As the point where he shot a half-court shot, he'd be like, "That's a good shot."
Yeah,
it was that kind of
like an ocean.
It did. Could go in. I mean, at 35-9, you don't like that as a freshman against a lengthy, good defensive Arkansas team.
Yeah,
it's only November. He's
kind of telling for Arkansas though. Put up a great fight. Darius Acuff kind of kept him in the game pretty much. Malik Thomas didn't have a great game. He shot a lot, didn't make a lot.
Yeah, he had one of the worst first halves I've seen him have. Yeah. I mean, he shout out to him. He didn't lose confidence because he carried that bad first half and had a decent second half, which kind of kept him in the game. Acuff really had the good first half. Thomas had the good second half, but they couldn't put it together to get over the hump.
That's going to be the thing for Arkansas is who can they put it together. Obviously, you got plenty of freshmen that are going to play great minutes. You got plenty of sophomores that are highly talented recruits too that want the ball, and you got DJ Wagner who still wants the ball. So. There's only one ball. I don't really know how.
It should never be a DJ Wagner's hands.
I 100% agree with that. I mean, I've watched 2 years of that guy. I'm like, nope, I don't think so.
Malik Thomas needs to start, and shout out to Trevon Brazile. If you watch the game, you know how crucial he was. He had about 8 rebounds in the first half. Yeah, he was all over the place. I mean, he really kept him in the game, and his physicality and verticality. Kept him in the game alone.
Yeah, he's completely filled Eddie Thierra's shoes perfectly to a T.
He's the senior leader you want to. Yeah. He's not going to try to fight you like Nick Pringle on your team. But, but Carter Knox, I had him as sleeper SEC player of the year. What has happened with him this year?
Yeah, he hasn't done much of anything. He's just kind of there. I don't know.
He's just like that
kind of just sitting in the corner.
Other starter.
I'm here. Yeah. I'll play some defense, I guess, and just not really do
Billy
much.
Richmond really makes more of an impact when he's in than they're both averaging 8.5 points a game, but Billy Richmond's he's more of a loud 8.5. And Carter Knox, if they want to go further in the tournament, they need to because the defense is there. Yeah. Holding Duke to 80 is really impressive with how loaded.
Especially with a 35-point performance. Which
exactly. And you need a wing score to win in March. We have the guards, both the guards. And if both guards can play well, who's going to be that third scorer? Because we know it's not DJ Wagner.
No, it's not going to be DJ Wagner.
And Nick Pringle, no. Trevon Brazile, he might hit some corner threes and put back dunks. Carter Knox needs to step up to be that 12 to 15-point wing scorer.
Yeah, for sure. 100% for Arkansas. And they got a big game this week against
Louisville.
Yeah, Louisville. So we'll kind of see how that plays.
At Arkansas.
They are at home, so they get them at home.
We'll hit on that later.
We'll hit on that a little bit.
Don't want to spoil it. But yeah, the other Thanksgiving game was in Florida. Michigan State beat UNC 74-58. Give me your initial thoughts on that one.
I mean, Michigan State's great. They're a great team. I mean, they just defend hard. They're for real. I mean, it was a slam dunk contest for the first 10 minutes between Cohen Carr and Caleb Wilson. I mean, that was disgusting.
Before we went on air, I was showing Lucas a replay of Caleb Wilson's low pickup dunk.
I saw it. I saw it in person. Oh, okay. And Cohen Carr's tomahawk on a fast break.
I probably watched it like 50 times.
And then there was one play on the baseline where he looked like he didn't even jump hardly and still posterized someone. I mean, I guess that's what a 50-inch vertical does. I don't know.
And Cohen Carr, he's hitting one-legged fadeaway jumpers.
Yeah, he's really stepped up. I mean,
he doesn't get he's not just a dunker this year.
Maybe it's the oversized shirt. I don't know what it is.
The inside-out oversized shirt.
Yeah, maybe
that's not the look, man. I tell you, that's not the look.
MSU, they're by committee. They balance scoring and defense. Name of the game. It's Tom Izzo recipe, and they're playing it to a T. Jeremy Fears looks like a great point guard. He's emerging, 19 and 7 in this game. Caleb Wilson is great, but they really miss Seth Trimble.
They really do.
The thing for North Carolina, why I think they're too high in the top 25 is it's the Caleb Wilson show right now, and it probably can't be for too much longer.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I think that Henry Vasar and Caleb Wilson, I think a good front court can take you a long way, but this isn't an elite front court like Michigan has. Mm-hmm. But the backcourt's not great. I know they have Bogovac and Kion Evans. Kion Evans has been that Colorado State transfer. He's just kind of been there. It's just like he's definitely not an R.J. Davis or Caleb Love type scorer. Mm-hmm. They don't have a guard scorer. I mean, Seth Trimble was supposed to be that. We'll see when he comes back how long it takes him to recuperate because he looked good to start the season.
Yeah, he did look good to start the season. We were kind of low on them, but hey, he's kind of bounced back, but then obviously really unfortunate injury. I mean, a forearm injury, you don't really hear that ever.
It's kind of weird, especially in a freak accident
and
like
he's out
that.
for 2 months, so that sucks. He won't be back probably until late December. So I think they're going to be fine. I just think like it can't be the Caleb Wilson show for too much longer, especially when you play Kentucky on the road on Tuesday.
Yeah, we'll hit these teams later. I think both these have big games this week, especially Michigan State plays 2 big games this week. Let's see. Let's just move right into the UConn game. They dominated Illinois at Madison Square Garden. Yeah. That game was fun.
Illinois is kind of falling back down to earth for sure a little bit. We were super high on Illinois. Obviously, lost a crucial loss to Alabama. They just kind of got hot late and kind of fell apart. And then UConn probably just speaks how good they are at the end of the day. I mean, UConn's got so many guys that can score. UConn's defense is obviously going to be elite. I mean, held Illinois to 61 points. But, yeah, like you said, Stojakovic really isn't getting to his spots. The European guys are just kind of falling apart a little bit. And I don't know about Illinois. They're a little shaky, and they play a great Tennessee team.
This is kind of what we saw last year. You know, they have flashes of looking great. They have flashes of looking like this, where they score 61 points as an offensive-centric team. I think they're going to struggle big time in Big Ten play, but still be, like, at worst, a 5 seed.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, when Stojakovic is basically like a ball handler, like wing, you don't really know where he fits in. Is he a guard? Is he a wing?
Yeah, and
giving him the ball.
He likes to work in the middle of the floor, too, which kind of goes against having Tomislav Ivisic and Mirkovic down low. It's like the spacing's not there. Everybody can shoot it.
And then when you have another Ivisic sitting in the corner because he only wants to shoot threes at 7'2", it's like – the spacing is just really weird. It's good, but it's really weird, and I just don't think they know really how to play with each other yet.
Yeah,
maybe it'll take a little bit tinkering, figuring it out, but they got to figure out something quick with a loaded Big Ten schedule. So
yeah, and I think they'll be just fine. This is a real testament of UConn's defense. They're finally healthy. They got Braylon Mullins and Tara Street back, like I said, who didn't even do anything. Yeah. They were non-factors in this game. Yeah. I mean, Tara Street had 2 points. Braylon Mullins had 2 points. And they still won. It's just the defense of UConn. Like I said last episode, even when they lose, I feel like they're just okay because of the togetherness and effort they play with. And we saw that today, or whenever they played this game on last Friday, and how like that continuity was the name of the game, and that really pushed them over the edge to beat UConn.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason this team's both in our Final Fours, right? I mean, the coaching of Dan Hurley's unbelievable. Solo Ball, Alex Caravan are both great.
He was a prima donna all game. It was so funny to watch. Looked like a 2-year-old out there, but you love it. I mean, and the veteran leadership of Caravan and Solo Ball finally had good games, 15 and 12, but that's their highest scores, 15 and 12. 10 guys that can score. This isn't a top-heavy team. We saw when they win national championships, we don't know who the best player is. Yeah. Like that's what they've seen. You know, like last couple of years, they've had good guys. Yeah. They've had, but not a pure star. Yeah. Like Klingon wasn't even probably the best player, and he was top 10 draft pick.
I mean, they just have so many guys. I mean, they had like 5 guys go in the first round that year when they did the Klingon draft. So it's just insane for UConn. Back to their boys, and they still don't recruit freshmen, which is crazy.
Yeah, so. I think Braylon Mullins is that rare time. Like last year, they had McNeely. Yeah, they have one white guy they recruit, which is kind of crazy. Exactly. But from Indiana, I think
he came so late. Like he was it was like a late commitment. So
and I think really Braylon Mullins, like if they're good without him, but with him, he's a 6'6" Indiana Mr. Basketball 5-star freshman. Once he gets acclimated into this system. Yeah. I think he might do that against Kansas. I was going to make that prediction later, but this team's going to be good. Yeah.
And then last game, kind of hit on this already, but TCU upsets Florida. Florida, man. I mean, preseason, what were they, top 3? Yeah. 3rd in the country, coming off the national championship high. We knew it was going to be some growing pains a little bit because it's like whole new backcourt, but
dang.
Florida looks rough.
Even their wins against like Florida State, they're still just grinding out a win. Providence grinding out a win. They're not beating these teams are better than by a lot, which is telling of a good team. When good teams put bad teams down and they shove them.
What happened to Boogie Flan? I don't know what. I mean, he was projected lottery pick last year for Arkansas. Obviously, had the hand injury, which is really unfortunate, but missed like 3 to 4 months with a hand injury. That's a long time for a hand injury. Yeah. He tried to come back in the tournament, didn't play well. Comes back, transfers to Florida, gets a huge bag from them to be that lead guard. I don't even think he's draftable at this point.
No, he's not. He's proven that he can't be a lead ball handler, which is what they needed. You know, his turnovers are an issue. He had 4 turnovers against TCU and kind of lost him the game in that late second half when he was just not good. I mean, it continues to be the Tommy Houck show, but Tommy Houck,
who looks like a lottery pick at this point.
He does, and his ability to stretch the floor is unbelievable. But this is a good TCU team. TCU also, they start off the year, losing their big man out for the year, and they also lost New Orleans. But they just beat Florida and Wisconsin. I think give TCU some credit, but this is more of
they shot 57% from the field to beat Florida. So hey, that's
they came back from a double-digit deficit late in the second half. So I think TCU is good, but this is more of a knock on Florida in my opinion.
Knock on Florida for sure. Their defense was terrible down the stretch. I mean, Alex Condon I projected him to be Defensive Player of the Year. He's so up and down, and this was one of his down games. I don't know what's going on with Alex Condon at all.
He wants to be Tommy Hawk so bad, but he's just not.
He's not Tommy Hawk at all. And then obviously the backcourt running mate next to Boogie Flan, Xavier Lee, has not lived up to the hype at all. Had a good game against Providence finally, kind of a little breakout game, but he's struggled from the field. He's kind of tried to be that off-ball kind of guard, but it's not really working. Florida's rough right now, and for 15th, it might be a little high for them. I think they should be lower, but Florida. They got to figure it out.
When are they going to bite the NIL check and start Urban Klavjar?
Yeah,
he's been their best guard, and it's not close. Yeah. I think the spark he brings. I called him a Kerr Kriisa at the beginning of the year, but that's not doing him justice. He's much better than him. Yeah, he is that streaky shooter. He's not the best defender, but he's going to fight.
Yeah,
and he's honestly I know it's his first year there, and it's both of Lee and Flan's first year there, but he is a leader, and I think that. In post-game interview, who they talked to, Klavjar. They want him to be the star, and I think him and Hauk, once they bite the NIL check and eat their greed, I think he'll be just fine.
Yeah. Doesn't help that you play Duke in Cameron Indoor Tuesday. Doesn't help at all. I think they lose that game a lot.
Really, I think they could make it. I think Todd Golden might have them right. I'll save it for later. Like I said, I'll save it for.
All right, now kind of moving to our major games, starting with the ACC SEC Challenge. Obviously kind of hit on it just now, but Florida-Duke's the first game. Number 15 travels to number 4. Duke is favored by 9.5. I'm going to go Duke in this one, I think, pretty confidently. I mean, they didn't look great against Arkansas, but I think they have the best player in this game, and I think it's going to kind of carry them to a win. Obviously, on their home floor is going to help. Florida struggled from outside. Give me Duke. Sorry, not Florida.
I think Duke's only favored by 9.5 in this game, which is I'm kind of surprised that it's not more. Which is contradictory to what I'm about to say, but I think Florida will give them fits in this game. I think that Todd Golden isn't going to just accept being bad. We've seen how he reacts to losing. I think he's a winner at heart. He had that one bad year at Florida, and then he won the national championship. I think this could also be kind of like a trap game last year we saw with Duke when Auburn came in there last year. And, they won that game when they struggled mightily, and Auburn was I think this could be a flipped kind of thing. Florida losing this week might fuel that fire to get them over the hump. But I'm not going to predict that they win. I just think they'll give more fits than expected, and this is a closer game.
Yeah, I could see a realm where this is a closer game because Florida's going to try and neutralize Boozer, obviously. So who's it going to be? Is it going to be Isaiah Evans? Is it going to be Caleb Foster?
Yeah, I think.
Who's it going to be?
And they also have multiple guys to throw at Boozer. They could throw Hauk on him. They could throw Condon, Chinyelu even on him. I mean,
for sure.
I don't think they could stop him.
So your catch and shoot guys are going to have to. Isaiah Evans is going to have to make.
He's going to have to have a big game. Yes.
Have to make like 5 or 6 threes for them to win. But hopefully he will. Florida size might give Duke trouble, obviously with Cam Boozer. But
Duke's obviously they're not a first half team. Well, we've seen that all year. They're just not. And I think the first half they'll struggle. They struggled against Arkansas and Kansas in the first half. I think this might be close to a tie game at half. But then late in that second half, Duke just has they just have more to push them over the hump. But this is gonna be a close game.
And they're gonna be at home, so give me Duke. But
yeah, I think that'll play a big factor. That tiny stadium packed with the Duke crazies. Yeah, Duke's gonna win this game.
How about moving into our next game? We got UConn and Kansas. That's interesting. I don't know. Is Peterson going to be back? I think it's kind of 50-50 up at this point.
Yeah, I think he's back and playing in practice. Like he's full participant in practice. Yeah. Bill Self said, but he still says his status is up in the air. I don't know what that means. Maybe he's playing some chess with Dan Hurley, not knowing how to prepare for it.
Maybe so, yeah, for sure. UConn, Kansas, though. I'm going to go UConn. I think the defense is going to get to Kansas, especially if Peterson doesn't play. They're just going to trap you like crazy. I don't think Kansas has enough firepower to keep up with UConn. Give me UConn, even though I don't know where this game's being played, but
it's at Kansas. It's at the Fog.
Okay.
That's
all right.
You're still gonna go with
UConn? House. Yep. Okay. Could be interesting. I'm still gonna go UConn though. I think they're just overall the better team.
Yeah.
And Dan Hurley's just gonna coach his butt off, and UConn goes into Kansas, gets a win.
Yeah, Kansas is 4-0 all time versus UConn. I'm surprised they haven't played more. I mean, these are two blue-blooded teams, but. They're going to be 4-1 after this one. I think UConn has too much, especially now that they're fully healthy. I think this is going to be a fun one with Tarish Reed versus Floyd Badunga, probably the two best players in this game for each team if Peterson doesn't play. So give me UConn. Going to be a close game for a little bit, but then UConn really pulls out at the end, and they decide they'll have too much. The defense will be too much, and the next thing you know, their offense is lighting it up. Solo Ball and Silas Demary are lighting it up.
Yeah, that's definitely telling though. UConn only favored by 1.5. So
UConn, Kansas really put up a good showing, and like we mentioned earlier,
they beat Tennessee without Darren Peterson.
Yeah, so we're kind of just not paying attention to Kansas this game because that's more a testament to UConn. But watch out, this could be a sneaky one.
Yeah, it could be definitely a sneaky one, especially on your own floor. Anything can happen on your own floor.
No doubt. You think if Peterson plays, do you think Kansas wins?
Oh, I think it definitely gives them. I don't think they win. Still, I'm still gonna go UConn, but I mean, I think it could be a way better game. Hopefully, he doesn't struggle. He might struggle in his first game back.
That's what I'm thinking. I think that he might not.
The defense of UConn, I wouldn't rush him if he is in shape or form or still hurt. Don't play him at all.
Exactly.
Don't rush him back. Like there's no reason to.
I think they'll lose either way, so they'll have an excuse that they lose this game if they don't play Peterson.
There's no reason to play Darren Peterson if he's even semi-hurt. If he's 100%, play him for sure. But if he's not, then don't play him at all, I think. Yeah,
that's going to be fun to watch. I hate how we have 3 games, 3 Final Four potentially matchups, all in a 3-hour window on ESPN. Mm-hmm. We hate when games compete with each other. I know John Rothstein preaches this about how he hates when games have to compete with other games because college basketball doesn't deserve that. Yeah. But it happens. I mean, this is ACC, SEC challenge. Yeah. Not this game, but the other 2 are, and we're just blessed to have all these games.
It's crazy how they did. I mean, college football does it where it's like slate here. We got a 12 o'clock game. We got a 2:30 game. We got a 8:30 game. College basketball, it's like here's a bunch of games. Go watch.
Exactly.
I love it.
Every commercial you can flip to a different game. Yeah, seriously, exactly. You can have the shout out YouTube TV, have the full games on. I know I'll be focused on the Kentucky game. You probably will too. But
I'll definitely be focused on the Kentucky game. But also, I mean,
speaking of that,
that's our next game. Got another ACC SEC challenge game. Number 16 UNC versus number 18 Kentucky in Rupp Arena. This is as must win gets for Kentucky.
You think?
Oh yeah. I mean, this is do or die for Kentucky. I think. I mean, with Gonzaga coming up, Indiana coming up, St. John's coming up. I think UNC at home, this is probably the best game you're going to get. You're favored by 8.5. UNC leads the rivalry all time, but I think Kentucky can hopefully change that. I mean, injuries have kind of riddled both these teams, but it's just the Caleb Wilson show for North Carolina. They don't shoot threes. Kentucky, this is your best matchup, and this is as must win gets because you're not gonna beat Gonzaga. You're probably not gonna beat Indiana. St. John's up in the air. It's a neutral site game. This is your best opportunity to get this big win of kind of the rest of your non-con schedule because you already got waxed by Michigan State,
and Louisville.
So Kentucky, this is as must win as it gets. Give me Kentucky. Got to find a way to beat this North Carolina team that doesn't shoot threes and is the Caleb Wilson show, and that's it.
Yeah, but the Caleb Wilson show, but who's going to guard him? I mean, Mo Diabate's out, and I think he is a big part of that defensive plan. If he can play, he would definitely be on him, the 4 versus the 4. But who's also going to guard Henry Vasar? A young Malachi Moreno, maybe. I know Brandon Garrison will not be on Henry Vasar. He will, but it'll be that. If Henry Vasar has 20 points, I bet 18 of them come on Brandon Garrison's face. Yeah. But I mean, he's just not good anyways. Yeah. But I think if Mo plays, it's good on defense. If Mo plays, it's bad on offense. Because like they obviously Kentucky runs a zoom offense.
Yeah, you can't have 3 guys that can't shoot.
And you have 3 guys that can't shoot. Owe can't shoot the 3. Moreno and Garrison can't shoot the 3 if they play the center. And Mo can't shoot the 3. So when you have Cam Williams in there at the 4 spot, it helps the offense flow so much better. Yeah. But also you lose that defensive player of the year ability.
You lose the rebounding, you lose the defense for sure. So I think the Kentucky starting lineup is going to be like Aberdeen, Chandler, Owe, Cam, and Moreno.
Yep.
I guess that's going to be the 5.
Because I think Mo he's trending downward to play. He had that nasty roll up against Michigan State. Obviously, he hasn't played in the last 2 games. They haven't needed him against D3 competition, But I mean, this is a tough one to me. I don't know. I picked Kentucky to win against Louisville. I picked Kentucky against Michigan State. I don't know how I could pick them again. I think North Carolina is probably the better team right now. I think Kentucky, like you said, it's a Caleb Wilson show, but nobody. It's the Otega Owe show. Like that's not a threat anymore.
Yeah, it's definitely not a threat.
Last year that's a threat. This year it's not. It's the Denzel Aberdeen show. I mean,
I wouldn't be moved by that either.
Nobody loves Kentucky basketball more than me, and I can say that truthfully. I just don't think that they have it, and I think they lose 2 games this week.
Yeah. God, I mean, this would be over for Kentucky.
It would be tough.
Last week we were saying this is the worst Kentucky team since 2020, but
it's still the same team. They look terrible against Tennessee Tech.
Yeah.
I know they won by 50, but that first half, it's like, come on, guys, we're Kentucky basketball.
This is like, wake up, Kentucky. Mark Pope, come on, like we are waiting for this. Like this has got to be the game where you get right for Kentucky. Favored by 8.5. This is inexcusable if you lose. Honestly.
Yeah, this is a pivotal game. I mean, you could pivot to the other way, or you could pivot to the future. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen. I want to hope and I want to believe that Kentucky's gonna roll this game, but I really believe that Michigan State Kentucky was gonna win too. And I think UNC, they lost to Michigan State kind of like Kentucky did on neutral floor. I think nobody's gonna be able to guard Caleb Wilson. I think he has a freshman showcase of 25 plus.
I just can't wait until UNC, the team that can't shoot threes, goes like 10 for 20 from three.
Yeah, we saw that against Michigan State.
Defense.
Yeah, I mean, Kentucky's defense is historically bad.
Maybe you're talking me into it, but Kentucky, do or die. They've got to win. They're at home. Mark Pope, come on. Like, please, this has got to be the game for Kentucky.
Yeah, I think it's literally going to come down to UK can't guard the simple offense of UNC. I think that's what it is. I mean, they're good. They can stretch ball screens and have Henry Vasar and Caleb Wilson go downhill. I think UK has proved that they can't guard a simple like flare or any kind of ball screen, a ghost screen. They can't guard any of it, and I think UNC rolls. As much as it hurts me to say.
Yeah, I'm going to go Kentucky. I mean, they're big favorites.
Which is weird. This is 8.5 favorites is weird. It's weird. Because like that one means we're 5.5 favorites on a neutral floor.
No Diabate, no Low, no JQ, and we're still favored by 8.5 at home when we look bad.
See, if Kentucky had JQ in this game, I think it's a completely different story.
Oh, for sure, 100%. I mean, we don't know how JQ's going to look when he comes back. And
Yeah,
I hate banking on that for Kentucky because I hate making it like just wait till our guys come back.
Yeah, and they've done this every year. Wait till Aaron Bradshaw comes back. We saw that happen.
Aaron Bradshaw.
Wait till Big Z comes back. We saw.
Yeah, Ugano and Yenso.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, so we just do this every year.
Maybe JQ's gonna suck.
Just beat North Carolina. Just beat North Carolina without Seth Trimble. That's not hard to ask at home.
Nobody's asking you to beat Gonzaga. Nobody.
Exactly. North Carolina, come on. Without Seth Trimble, must win.
With Seth Trimble, I think North Carolina rolls Kentucky like bad.
Oh yeah, probably yeah.
And I don't even think Seth Trimble's that game changing. I think just having a lead guard
in a game like this for sure. But yeah, moving in kind of an interesting game in the Big Ten. We got Iowa and Michigan State. Michigan State favored by 5.5. Both teams 7-0.
Yeah.
Iowa, pretty good resume. Underrated resume. They beat Xavier, who's not great.
No.
But they beat Ole Miss. Beat GCU. And beat them all by 13 plus.
Yeah, so I think Ole Miss was kind of a good game. Bennett Sturts looks like prime Bennett Sturts. Have we seen? We didn't know how it was going to translate. D2, is he going to transfer to D1? Mm-hmm. It did. Is he going to transfer to Big Ten? It has been. Bennett Sturts, he's my favorite player in college basketball, and nobody really comes close. The way when he has the ball in his hands, it's kind of like Braden Smith. He controls it. He's a wizard. Whatever he wants to do, it's going to happen. And if he wants to make shots, he can make shots. Yeah. And I think that, this is a slow-paced game.
It's going to move at the pace of a snail.
Yeah, it's going to be 48-52. Iowa is ranked 356 out of 365 teams in pace of play and average possessions per game.
And there's 267 out of 365. So, but Michigan State's looked elite. So I don't see them losing. I don't see them losing on their home court.
No way.
Go Michigan State
especially at their home court. Maybe this is at Iowa. I think Iowa maybe squeaks a win, but this is at Breslin Center.
All right, and then moving into Wednesday, got a top 25 showdown. We got Louisville at Arkansas. This is an interesting game. Cal versus Pat Kelsey. Still a rivalry there with Cal and Louisville. Kenny Payne, obviously, on the sideline. Louisville could get their revenge on him for sure.
They deserve a lot of revenge for what he put them through for multiple years.
4 win seasons we're talking about here. But, yeah. I'm gonna go upset here, though. I'm going to go Arkansas. They're on their home floor. The defense has looked good so far for Arkansas, which was kind of a big surprise for me. I thought they were just going to try and outscore everybody with their guards, but they're trying to still. That's kind of their only source of offense. But the defenses look good so far. I think they're going to kind of hold Louisville. Louisville might struggle on the road. It's kind of like their big road test so far.
Mm-hmm.
I think Arkansas is going to pull off the upset and beat Louisville.
All right, yeah. I mean, I could see it, but I'm not going to predict it. I think Louisville. I think they roll this game. I think Ryan Conwell is playing at an All-American type of level right now, averaging 20 points. Mikel Brown's been as good as advertised. This is a good guard matchup with Malik Thomas and Darius Acuff versus the good guards like Ryan Conwell and I think in Mikel Brown. I think that Louisville's fast-paced offense is going to be too much. I think Arkansas will struggle to score once Louisville gets up, and then Louisville will control the pace from there. But they're 4-4 all time this year. I think it's at Bud Walton, and that's the only reason why I'm kind of having trouble picking Louisville. Because it's at Bud. I think if this was at the Yum Center, I think Louisville runs them easily.
I think if this was at the Yum Center, I'd probably pick Louisville as well. But I think I'm going to go the home team. Calipari always shows up for one game at least, hopefully a year, that he kind of hangs his hat on. Hopefully this is that game. You lost to MSU and Duke, So you're kind of due for your big win. Hopefully this is your big non-con.
They seem due. They're playing well in all
well.
those games, and I could see it.
They had 2 close wins against Winthrop and Sanford, which isn't great. So this team is just super. You don't know what you're going to get. It's kind of like you're just like, okay, who's going to show up today?
Which Arkansas team is going to be here? And if they can have both guards play good, both freshman guards play good, I think they have a chance because they haven't. One's played good and one's not. They need to both play good at the same time, along with some big play from Trevon Brazil.
I think this is their big non-con win. Give me Arkansas to close out Louisville. No hate on Louisville. Just think all right. Bad matchup for them.
Yeah, just give me the cards. I think there's going to be too much guard play.
Yeah, for sure. And then kind of go over our ACC SEC championship, just full rankings or full game reviews, I guess. So we both have Duke winning, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, both have Duke winning. Florida State, Georgia. I'm gonna go Georgia. I'm gonna go Georgia on this one. I know it's at Florida State, but I think Georgia, their SEC team. I think Florida State, obviously, this could be a big win for them, but it's at home. I think I'm gonna go Georgia.
I'm gonna go Florida State. At Florida State, they haven't had the best. I can't remember who they lost to. Let me see real fast. But Florida State looked good against. They looked good against Florida. They lost to Texas A&M by 36.
Yeah.
So I want to go Florida State as much as I can. Georgia had some close games against Xavier and Clemson, but ultimately I think the Georgia Bulldogs have a better roster. I think Florida State's still learning who they are. Give me the Bulldogs.
Yeah, for sure. And then we got Miami at Ole Miss. I'm gonna go Ole Miss at home. Ole Miss fans, man, they're in some turmoil right now. So hopefully their basketball team can be good, I guess. Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully Chris Beard
can stay for you guys.
Yeah, give me Jai Lucas and the Hurricanes to win this game. Okay. Yeah, at Ole Miss too. I think a bunch of depressed fans might be there, and Miami will just add gas to the fire.
Maybe. Wow. Shout out. No, don't shout out Lane Kiffin. Never mind. Sorry.
Never shout out that loser, bro.
Yeah, that's just crazy situation there. But then North Carolina, Kentucky. I'm going to go Kentucky. Obviously, you picked North Carolina. Kentucky's got to win this game. No excuses there. Yep. And then moving in, we got Missouri at Notre Dame.
Yeah, believe it or not, this is Missouri's hardest game by far. They've beaten really bad teams by 40. Yeah. I think Missouri is – you said you're going Notre Dame?
No, I'm going to go Missouri.
Okay, we're both going to go Missouri. I think they haven't played anybody. I think Marcus Burton could put on a show. Shrewsbury as well as good. I think Notre Dame's not bad, but give me the Tigers.
Yeah, and then we got Pitt versus
A&M.
A&M. Who are you going with?
I'm going with A&M after their showing. They've really struggled this year, and I'm not surprised Buckyball's first year there, but coming off the FSU win, I know they're going at Pitt. At Pitt they got killed by West Virginia. Give me the Aggies.
Yeah, I just don't think Pitt's very good. They only put up 49 against West Virginia, lost to UCF.
Yep.
Don't really have anything going for them. At least it's at home. But, give me the Aggies, I think.
Yeah, and Texas A&M struggled, lost to UCF, lost to Oklahoma State this year, both by a good margin. But I think they get semi-bounce back win against a decent ACC opponent.
Yeah, for sure. Then we got Tennessee at Syracuse. Syracuse is underrated.
They
at
are.
This point. They are very underrated, but I think Tennessee is a superior team.
This is weird. We saw both these teams at the Players era too. So
yeah, for sure. I don't know if Donnie Freeman's going to be back for Syracuse. I hope he is because they'll have a really good shot if he's back. He's a leading scorer, but I think I'm going to still go Tennessee. Hopefully, Nate Mint. This is kind of his get right game.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's at Syracuse though. Anything could happen in this game.
Yeah.
It's really a coin flip for me.
This is really coin flip.
This is really a coin flip for me.
Wow.
Honestly.
I think Tennessee.
Syracuse is kind of due. They played really well in the Players era, even though they lost.
Yeah, if this is gonna be the Syracuse versus Houston, they have a chance. This is gonna be the Syracuse versus Kansas. They have no chance.
Yeah.
Give me Tennessee by 15 plus.
Okay. I could definitely see it. I think I'm gonna go Tennessee still. Tennessee's just a superior team overall on paper and coaching wise. Yeah. So I'll go Tennessee, but I could see Syracuse putting up a great fight, and they I don't know if they deserve a win, but they definitely have played up to what more than what we thought.
Yeah.
So shout out Syracuse there, but yeah, I think Tennessee's superior. Then we got Virginia Tech at South Carolina. Virginia Tech's going to steamroll South Carolina probably.
Really? You think so?
I think so.
Virginia Tech just had a terrible tournament in the Battle for Atlantis.
But
South Carolina, good win against Butler. I think since you're going Virginia Tech by steamroll, I'm going to go South Carolina.
And rounding out the Tuesday slate, we got Oklahoma at Wake Forest. I think I'm going to go Wake here. They're at home. Oklahoma's front court's really bad, so give me Wake Forest.
Yeah. Oklahoma's really struggled this year. They lost to Gonzaga and Nebraska, two solid teams, but they've proven that they're bottom of the SEC. Give me Wake as well.
Yeah. And then moving into the Wednesday slate, we got LSU at Boston College. Give me LSU. LSU's a little under the radar.
Not too bad.
Bit. I mean, they're not going to finish probably in the top half of the SEC, but their roster on paper really isn't that bad.
Yeah, Dayton Thomas has really improved this year. I think he was a good transfer from UNLV. Give me LSU.
Yeah. And then we got Clemson at Alabama. Give me Alabama.
Yep, solid game. This is probably Alabama's worst competition so far for Quad 1, but they roll Clemson.
They're at home, yeah.
Sweet 16 rematch from 2 years ago.
Yeah, I think they're going to roll too as well. And then we got Mississippi State at Georgia Tech. Mississippi State's looked so bad this year.
Toilet bowl.
Georgia Tech is just awful.
So, yeah, I think these are the 2 worst teams in their conferences so far this year.
I would agree with that. Mississippi State has not lived up to the hype that I kind of built them up as. But, I mean, they have got to win this game against Georgia Tech.
I think they struggle. These are the 2 worst teams, like I said, but give me Mississippi State, I guess.
Yeah.
Just Josh Hubbard, and that's it. The only reason why I'm picking them.
Yeah, for sure. And then we got Louisville, Arkansas. We already hit on this game. I'm going Arkansas. You're going Louisville? Yep. And then we got SMU at Vanderbilt. I'm going to go Vandy here. Vandy's superior team. I think they're underrated. I think they should be a top 15 team in the country. SMU traveling to Vanderbilt. Sounds like a recipe for disaster for SMU. Give me Vandy.
Yeah, I think SMU is probably going to be a fringe tournament team. They were last year. Didn't make it, obviously. But I think Vandy's too much. They get another decent win here.
Yeah, and then we got NC State at Auburn. This is pretty interesting for me.
This is a good matchup.
This is a good matchup. Will Wade travels back down to Auburn, Alabama. I think I'm going to go Auburn. Do we know Keyshawn Hall's situation?
He's back.
Or he's back? Okay. So that's enough for me. Give me Auburn.
Yeah, I think, like you said, this is not something to look over. NC State lost to Seton Hall and Maui. Obviously disappointing. Give me Auburn. But this is a good game, though.
Yeah, and then rounding out our Wednesday slate, we got Virginia at Texas. I think I'm going to go – it's a really toss-up. I'll go ACC. I'll go Virginia.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, both these teams, Ryan Odom, both these teams have first-year head coaches, Ryan Odom and Sean Miller. I think just because it's at Texas, give me Texas. Both these teams are struggling.
Texas is
they struggled in the Maui tournament, lost to Arizona State on a heartbreaker. But, yeah, give me Texas in the end.
I just don't think Texas is that great at the end of the day. I just think their roster kind of hasn't lived up to what it can be. I mean, it can be good. I thought they were a fringe tournament team, and now looking less and less like that.
Yeah, both these teams don't look like tournament teams as of now.
I'd say both of them are out of the tournament as of right now. Texas at home, though, I could definitely see where they win, but I'm going to go Virginia.
Okay, yeah, and so we both have heavy SEC winners, which is probably not going to happen.
Probably not.
And so I have SEC winning 11, ACC winning 5. You have
SEC winning 12.
Yeah, and
that's a lot.
ACC only winning 4.
Yeah, that's a lot.
I think we have been preaching about how these teams are kind of even, their conferences, but this is a lot of unlucky matchups.
There's a lot of flips that I could see. Like Georgia, Florida State. I think you go either way. I think
it's true. Miami, Ole Miss. I have Miami.
I think NC State, Auburn, even Virginia, Texas could kind of go either way.
Missouri, Notre Dame. Like a lot of these are flips. A&M, Pitt. I mean,
it's gonna be fun though. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, we get this on a Tuesday and Wednesday. We'll take it.
Fun little tournament for sure. And then also some good weekend games, obviously, to look forward to. So.
Yeah, we'll hit on that next episode. This will be a double episode week. So got a lot of press on sports this week. You guys are lucky.
It's going to be fun this week. And then might be making a trip down to Nashville.
Yeah. If we have a trip down to Nashville, you'll definitely see some more TikToks. We'll be rage baiting Kentucky fans.
Oh, yeah.
And or Tennessee, Illinois fans if we can make it to both.
Yeah.
I know our schedule is kind of freed up this week.
Yeah.
And we're lucky. We'll have a nice winter break of Press on Sports. Thank you guys for listening. And that's all for us.
Yeah. Always enjoy basketball. Peace.
Peace. Bye.